Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Shaq here, and welcome to the Star Citizen Gamescom demo. Yeah, this just dropped over on the Star Citizen YouTube channel, and I had watched it off of somebody who'd actually recorded it, but this is way better quality than anything else that was on YouTube. This is now, if you want to watch this without my voiceover, it's over on the Star Citizen YouTube channel. Pretty much it's going to be me being crazy excited about Star Citizen for the next, like, I don't know, however long this video is, 10 minutes or so. It's a demo of how they picture the game is going to be once it's finished. Yeah, so we got the Constellation here just warped in, and it's going to be docking on a planet, and they're going to show the transition. And, oh man, so cool. So this, if you don't know, is one of the larger ships in Star Citizen. It's a multi-crewed ship. You can have multiple people on it. You can have your buddies, like, piloting it. As you see here, they've got one guy up there in the cockpit. I don't know if that's multiplayer they're trying to demo, or if that's just an NPC he's hired on, because you are going to be able to hire on crew. But the ship can be flown while you're walking around it. And the last game to have just that simple functionality, if you want to call it simple, was Star Wars Galaxies. Bear in mind, this is a tech demo to show concept. The engine hasn't been set up properly to make this run perfectly yet, so you're seeing a lot of like weird shadow clipping. There's going to be some slowdowns, but look at the cargo bay. Cargo is actually something that you can see. It takes up physical space in the world, and I love that concept because honestly, how many games do you know of where they actually render the cargo in any way? Very few. Yeah, not space games, I can think of a single one. I was actually thinking of some like old medieval strategy games like the old Stronghold, where you could actually see the goods that your place had, that your kingdom had. But anyways, there he's walking around, you can actually see the world outside the windows changing. So yeah, that is some really cool tech right there. I mean, I loved it in Star Wars Galaxies when I can walk around with my lucky hero. Oh, here we go.
Requesting EDL assistance. Thank you for contacting landing control.
So he just got clearance from landing control, just like you would get clearance from a tower if you're coming into the land, at least here in the United States. And now he's actually entering the atmosphere, and Chris Roberts has talked about how this transitional effect is going to be a lot better. A lot better. You know, once the game actually comes out. Right now it's pretty simplistic. This is just to give you a concept of what it's going to be like. So when he's talked about this landing situation here, we've got, you can still walk around your ship, you can still look around, you can go through all your subsystems and mess with your stuff, but it's going to autopilot land you when the game comes out. Now this is all a scripted landing sequence, but this is way better than Freelancer. Like, I was always picturing the Freelancer landing sequence where it was just this like static backdrop, a few animated ships passing by, and then like the camera rotated a little bit and you watched your ship land. But this, you're actually flying through the entire city. And then you're talking about how, you know, every planet will be a little different. Planets like Earth will have multiple places you can land with great detail and lots of areas to explore once you actually hit the ground. Yeah, it's pretty damn cool. And he's still like turning his head. He has full control over his character. So you could start the landing sequence and then go like do an inventory check or mess with the subsystems in the back or whatever. It's your ship. You do whatever you want for the bigger ships. Maybe you're in the, what is it, the new salvage ship, and you can check the salvage that you picked up while you're landing. Like, that is so cool. I'm gonna geek out about this because this is the first real game.
Thank you for using Pentatech EDL Assist. Enjoy your stay.
I just wanted to hear the voice. This is the first time we've actually seen a rendition of what the game will be like, other than Chris Roberts just telling us. So this is really exciting stuff. Now he's leaving the ship. So that entire sequence, there was no loading screen. He literally just went from space, landed on the planet, still had full control over his character, and then there's his cargo, got out of his ship, you know, just walked up and left, and now there's the cargo that he can unload. I assume these are like the dock hands coming out to check the cargo and maybe pick up what you need them to pick up, or maybe they're the refuel guys. I don't actually know. But I assume there's going to be a lot of ground activity. It's something that Chris Roberts has tried to hint at, like will we actually see crew members working? And he's never been straight up to say, yes, you will, because that's a lot of extra effort. Is it worth it? I don't know. I think it would be kind of cool, but just look at the world space for a minute. Now, we've seen some of these world spaces in demo videos before and in some of the artwork, but it's a whole nother thing to see the entire transition from space to atmospheric flight, which, you know, you don't have control of course. There's no atmospheric flight direct control yet, something that they've talked about maybe for the future. But yeah, look at that. There's the entire ship that you have, that detailed ship that you can walk inside and outside of. And now he's going into what I assume is kind of like a starport. And there's some really cool immersive stuff that goes on in here.
Next.
You can hear the NPCs talking. Next up. And then here's the Decon Chamber. Notice everybody's wearing masks? Well, this is the actual checkpoint.
By entering Area 18, you agree to abide by all laws and regulations set by ArcCorp and the UEE. Any violation will result in immediate prosecution. You're clear to go. Please exit the checkpoint.
Now, what I think just happened there was that was the loading screen. That was an immersive way of actually allowing your computer time to pull all the files and render the world space to this detail without you seeing a bunch of chugging and a bar go across the screen. How cool is that? I mean, that is awesome. Now, they wouldn't need it if everybody had, like, SSD drives and tons of open space, but that right there is amazing to me. Like, that is so cool. They just, well, we need an immersive way to put in a loading screen. Well, we've got the planetary animation for landing. How do we get into the actual city? Okay, so this is Dumper's Depot. Now, we've seen this before in a demo video that Chris Roberts did a while back, but this one, this is actually in the world space now, and what's cool about this is one of the first shops I think you're going to end up going to when the game comes out. This is like the pawn shop for Star Citizen. This is the shitty place you go to find parts for your ship when you first start and you're just, you're poor. I got my weapon blown off my ship in that last operation or that last trade run. I need to get a replacement and I barely got any cash. Now what this planet reminds me of is one of the core worlds from Firefly. You've got the UEE everywhere, it's high security, there's a lot of chugging going on because, obviously this isn't optimized yet. This was just for the Gamescom showing, but yeah. It reminds me of it's UEE Imperial space here, but what happens when you get into the lawless areas of space? Are we going to see like Tatooine-style desert planets with no law? Will I be able to smuggle stuff in, not choose normal landing port if I want to get sneaky? I don't know, but that could be a really cool idea. I hope they do it. Got a little life going on here, a few NPCs. They've got a full-on animation team with mocap. And in, not Wingman's Hangar, the new one. The new show that they've got, I don't know why I'm spacing on this now, Around the Verse. They've even had, the hosts actually do some of the mocap stuff, which is pretty cool. So the motion capture really is going to bring a lot of life into the game, I think. But, look at the detail of the world and the different shops. So when I have a bunch of cash, I know I'm going to go to, like, the high-end store or maybe the military surplus store if I'm flying my Hornet. I want to upgrade my Hornet with mill parts. It looks really cool. Now, eventually, he's going to walk into the Dumper's Depot and we'll actually get to see what's inside one of the stores. As of right now, in the Gamescom demo, where Chris Roberts is actually talking over all this, at least he's trying to, but the audio is really messed up in that video. He talks about how it's the only shop they've got open right now, like in the game, working fully functional. So they're still working on it. But man, that just looks amazing. The big skyscrapers, and this is one of the mid-range cities, I believe. The cities on like Earth were going to be very big and explorable, and I assume that this area here is actually going to be the multiplayer area. Oh, there goes that lag again. Just how the video actually is. But yeah, this is going to be, I don't know if this is going to be the multiplayer area. I assume it is. They do talk about how like there's going to be seedy back alleys and bars you can go to get new missions. The back alleys would be like the illegal smuggling operations or just you don't want people knowing about it, so you're making those deals in the back alley. The bar would be like, hey man, I need you to do this job. If you remember, Freelancer was like that. Which was, you could get those jobs and go out and then explore something. But here we go, Dumper's Depot. They're finally going in here. Fantastic name for a wreck company that sells trash. I love it.
Come on. No. Hey, welcome to Dumper's Depot. Take a look around. Everything's for sale.
Oh, this breaks my heart. That's a Hornet in the background, and I'm pretty sure they're ripping it apart. I'm hoping that the guy talking, he sounded like he's just far enough away. It's echoey in the room. I'm hoping that that's going to be kind of the standard for all the audio. It's going to match the scene like that did right there. But yeah, they got a Hornet they're tearing apart, and this is where you go up to the vendor and be like, hey, I need a new engine for my Hornet. And obviously you've got a couple because you're tearing apart one in the background back there. You know, and that's when you buy your new upgrades or whatever. Oh, don't show the Hornet. That's my favorite ship. Ugh, jerks. Very cool, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just trying to share the excitement of Star Citizen. I just watched this, and I kind of, you know, it flipped me out. I was just, yes, this is finally gameplay demo stuff of what we'll see. And it looks so good. So, all right, guys, you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think of the video? Was it impressive as you thought it would be, or were you disappointed? I don't see how you could be for such an early part in the development. All right, guys, take care.